Hi. Well, good. Okay. Uh, Hello, everyone. Today, I am here to review some movies. Why? Because I saw a bunch of movies recently. Okay, so that's ready. This is ready. Let's get a window capture ready. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Window capture. Nope, not that. This? Nope, not that. There we go. All right. All right. Won't be too long of a stream today because I just want to review some movies tonight and then I'm gonna go wash up and get ready for the week ahead coming. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing all good. Let's review the first movie I saw. First movie to review, Baby Driver. So I saw Baby Driver on my New York trip. I've been eyeing the movie for a bit, but then I happened to see it available on Netflix, so I was like, I gotta watch that. And what do I want to say about Baby Driver? Hey everyone, haven't done one of these in a while, but I wanted to review a movie today. And you know what? Another movie that I'm gonna record because I just saw the other movie today. But one movie that I saw recently on my trip to New York City is Baby Driver. Hi Carolina, how you doing? Baby Driver is a movie I've been eyeing for a while. It's a movie from 2017, so it's a fairly old movie. But I remember I work at Disney Studios, so I remember looking at that name topping the charts, and I'm just kind of seeing that film around my like eyesight and awareness, and I always found the name very interesting, and my sister actually said this was an entertaining movie, so I've been kind of thinking, oh, I should watch that someday. And then never really had a chance to watch it until the 1 week ago in New York City through the help of Netflix. But anyway, Baby Driver. Um, First thing I want to talk about Baby Driver is the fact that it's a very stylish movie, right? The movie doesn't have like a ton of depth. It's not like it's by no means like the perfect movie. Well, to some degree it is, but what I really appreciated about the movie is its kind of fearless commitment to its concept. Um, the movie is about this sort of a reckless driver, um, Baby Driver, because the character's name is Baby, and he has a tinnitus, which is a disease with the ear. Always has this like high pitched sound, so he always listens to music. And now that could just be the concept of the character, right? But now the sequences of the movie revolve around the music choices, and he plans his escape routes and the driving sequences based on the music that he's hearing. And so music is a very integral part of this movie. And the when you listen to the sound editing when the baby wearing earphones in one ear, the movie also replicates that kind of a sensation. So there's a lot of details that are kind of spent in the movie, and it's all revolving around the core concept of the film, which is like it's a stylish action movie kind of action music kind of a movie, right? So we've seen other musical films before, like Mamma Mia or like La La Land and things like that, right? But I think action based music movies or music based action movies is kind of rare to see, and it was a very unique movie in that sense. And so I like it when movies are stylish, even though they might not have like the artistic value of it, or like it's not critically acclaimed everywhere. When a movie is stylish, I like that. Because why? I think style is what ultimately it becomes the selling point of something by itself, right? So I can also say the same for my coaching. Like, am I the best life coach in the world? I can't really say that, right? But I work a lot on my personal style, and I try my best to show you authentic sides of me without really trying to do a good job at presenting myself a certain way. And in that way, I kind of show you what it's like to, like hang out with me as the human being. And that's like kind of the perspective that I carry into everything. Every person is unique, and you are unique in your own way, and you are cool, and you are stylish in your own way. So, with this movie, I think what I really want to communicate to you is just like how Baby Driver can be a very stylish and unique movie, I think the more you focus on your strengths and your distinct features that are so characteristically you, I think you can have the same kind of a presence as a Baby Driver, and you can be a stylish person, and not just speaking about fashion. Um, Story wise, is it perfectly good? Well, I mean, like, story is kind of simple, right? It's just a life of crime, and then the life of crime catches up to you, and things like that. But the part that I appreciated the most about this movie is near the obviously spoiler alerts, but near the end of the movie, there is a scene where the character has a choice to continue running away from consequences. And this similar theme is explored in the Leonardo DiCaprio movie Catch Me If You Can, right? Catch Me If You Can is like just a constant experience of running away from consequences, running away from consequences, and running away from consequences. And that movie deals with the aftermaths of such a lifestyle by kind of giving you the option, giving Leonardo DiCaprio the option to, like, hey, you know what? Just run away. No one's gonna try and catch you now. And then that kind of lack of pursuit becomes the key. Where the main character changes the how they act. For Baby Driver, it's a little bit different because the character, purely out of the desire to kind of be done with the sequence of life, the life of crime, the character makes a decision to just like face the consequences. And you know what? That is such a rare thing to see in movie characters, I think. Because I think, you know, there's fate, and we always like to see movie characters fighting with fate because that's what makes for interesting stories. And ultimately, we see that fate overtakes everything, but or sometimes the main character overcomes the fate and then defines themselves as a new person. So it's that kind of a clash that's always interesting, and but in the end, Baby Driver, the main character Baby, just stops and submits to the consequences of everything that is done. And I think that was a kind of a refreshing kind of a take on how characters could be presented in movies. So I thought that was another unique feature of this movie. Also, I kind of understated it, but the chase scenes are kind of very action pumped, and I really like watching the initial sequence of the car chase. now a lot of people died. Lots of guns, and the character of Jamie Foxx is a lunatic. But you know, yeah, I learned that I kind of like car stuff. Now, am I gonna watch Fast and Furious? Because I haven't seen any of the Fast and Furious franchise. We'll find out, I guess. All right, that's my review of Baby Driver. Good evening. How is your Sunday going? And the second movie I wanted to review today is Your Name. I just watched this today. So, this was a movie. Well, let's just turn on the recording. Where's my mouse? Oh, here it is. I just watched this popular movie today, and the name of the movie is Your Name. Uh, I think it's a little bit of a mistranslation because I think actually, with my limited Japanese knowledge, the name of the movie should be Your Name Is to keep the meaning intact. But anyway, they chose to officially translate it as Your Name. I can't believe this is a 2016 film because when this movie was very popular in Korea, and I feel like it's definitely more recent than this. But anyway, I guess it's a 2016 film. But I was aware of this film's presence because again, it was very popular in Korea, and like when Twitter was Twitter, Korean Twitter was full of discourse about this movie, and I heard a lot of things about the movie, but I was never really that interested to actually watch it. Partly because I'm not really yeah, I find watching movies a little bit tedious if I'm completely honest with you. But anyway, had a chance to watch this today with my wife, and first thing I want to note about this movie is this movie is very unapologetically Japanese. And what I mean by that is it shows you a lot of Japanese culture related to kumihimo, related to the concepts of like connection with like musubi, and there's a bunch of references around how Japan is kind of unconsciously, right? So how the characters act. Um, for example, the grandma when she sits down, she always kneels. The body language and how the characters compose themselves when they are a male, when they are a female, and how people act in big cities versus small towns. These kinds of things are very shown in diversity in its very pure fashion. There's no kind of like based on again my limited knowledge around Japanese culture, it's a very honest representation of Japanese culture. And why I think that's so important is this relates to my review of the movie Baby Driver, but I think every culture, every human, every movie has something very unique to offer. And the tendency for human beings, though, is to kind of wanting to conform to some idea of good, right? Some idea of better. And the way things are in the world, we like to define and go with the definitions of good with making more money and being commercially successful. So I think there are tons of ways that this movie could have tried to show Japan in a more of that like you know technocratic and capitalistic good kind of a way. For example, I think the movie could have focused a lot more on the Tokyo life and how everything is like just going really swell and things like that. But if the movie had done that, if the movie was more focused on Tokyo, then I think it would have lost out on the charm that comes from the more rural and the small town parts of Japan. And why? Because Tokyo's a big city, right? And big cities tend to kind of mimic each other regardless of what country it is. So, um, I just glanced over a few examples of those, but there's tons more of symbolic things and more explicit things. So I liked that this movie was very unapologetically Japanese. Now, the part that I didn't really enjoy is the overt kind of a sexism in the movie. So whenever the guy character Taki assumes command of the girl character Mitsuha, dude's always fondling the breast, right? And the movie is just really obsessed with showing underwear for the like underneath the skirt, and that's just kind of uncomfortable to watch for multiple different reasons, right? Like it really just sort of like dehumanizes the you know girls. Like I mean, I think the part that really felt so bad was a little bit of a spoiler alert, but the movie has some life or death kind of moments, right? And a lot is at stake. Not just the lives of one person, like the important person, but like there's like so many different like a whole town's fate and all the friends and all the like important memories. These things are at stake, and so tension is running really high. And even in those points, um, the movie makes sure that the guy character touches the girl character's boobs, and that was just kind of really uncomfortable to watch. So some bit of overt sexism in this movie, and that's something I didn't really enjoy. But anyway, outside of that, movie also has some interesting characteristics by being kind of a time travel movie, by being kind of a romance movie. So it's kind of an intersection, and it's kind of a disaster movie and an apocalypse movie. So a lot of different interminglings of genres and concepts that are explored, and I think that is represented by this. Oh wait, not that. Please don't. Yes. When you look at the poster for this movie, this one features like a lot of different arcs, right? And in the movie, in the middle, there's this like point where all these lines converge with each other. So I think this basically is kind of what the movie is about. A bunch of different arrays of directions and stories and themes and characters, and they all converge into this movie. And so seen in that way, it's kind of has multiple elements that make it very interesting, and overall, fun film, and gives you some things to think about. The illustrations are really good. The graphics are very nice, but again, there's this one part that's really overtly. I mean, yeah, overtly sexist, and that's a bit weird, and it takes me out of the fourth wall. But anyway, that's my overall impression on the movie. Your Name. All right. Okay, so that is pretty much all the stuff that I wanted to talk about today. But let me see some YouTube comments. Oh, anyway, it's Sunday. Everyone ready for the week ahead? It's gonna be Monday soon. Next week I have a pretty busy week as always, but I think after April is gonna be a little bit more relaxing for me. Also, wanted to let you know that I'm planning to host a I'm planning to do a podcast episode soon, um, featuring my dad. So I want to talk about the unconscious mind with my dad, and I think that's gonna be a good introduction to the unconscious and hypnosis and things like that. My day was good. Today morning, I went to in Los Angeles, Koreatown. There's this cafe that my wife and I like going to, and why? It's because of this particular thing. Cafe de Mama. This is a cafe in Koreatown, and they have this drink. These the drinks here are very Korean, and so there's a yeah. This is what I like having. It's a rice cake um drink. So it's called the injeolmi latte, and the injeolmi is a type of rice cake in Korea where there's powdered beans, and you kind of like smother the rice cake called tteok in Korean, and then it's soft and chewy rice cake, and you smother that in the bean powder, and that's basically what this is. And it's a foam latte, so on top of the milk, there's a foamy layer with the bean powder, and it's very sweet and a little bit savory. And so I had this today morning, and it was very good. Also had this croffle. Um, this croffle is the red bean, cream cheese, and walnut croffle, and croffle is basically the caption says croffle, but it's basically the hybrid between a croissant and a waffle. So you have the croissant dough, and then you press it inside of a waffle, and that's what a croffle is. And you have that, and then inside of it, you put the red beans, cream cheese, and walnut, and then you fold it, and then you have it. So this was our breakfast for today, and this was really good. And then after that, came back home, had some